609.
The stories that matter to you. This is the Aaron Rand Show on News Talk Radio, CJAD 800.
Look, I hear pinball sounds. Oh, there they are. Yeah, all right. Thank you, Matt. I miss those kind of a little bit. Adam Keisler is a pinball aficionado. He wants, this would seem like a pretty simple thing to do, and I think it's such a cool idea. A pinball arcade, or I guess what we're calling a barcade, in the plateau, right? Get people in, old school pinball machines, and have some fun. And the city is just being one pain in the butt on this. Adam, what's going on?
Well, I've been working on this project for a bit over a year now, and what I want to do is, merge my two passions. So I love the city of Montreal. I love pinball. I love drinking good beverages, so a nice beer here or there, and I want to bring it all together. And so everything was moving along. I was crossing all my T's and dotting my I's, and when I found out about this old, outdated bylaw that dates back to the 70s, and what it says is in the plateau, it basically restricts coin-operated amusement machines to a specific district of the city, and that is St. Catherine Street between Papineau and Atwater. And anywhere else, according to this bylaw, they're prohibited. So that's what I'm running into right now.
And this bylaw, by the way, which dates back about almost 50 years now, is because back then they thought pinball parlors attracted who or what?
So they were worried about the commercial exploitation of children.
Okay.
Historically, they saw, children with their lunch money going to the arcade and spending all their money and, becoming addicted to these games and leading to other things like drugs and crime and sort of, arcades when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, they were everywhere. Today, they're basically relics of a different time. They're the dinosaurs. They don't really exist anymore. And in the 70s and 80s, arcades had a reputation of being sort of places where, seedy people were hanging out and drugs and all these bad things were happening. And so that bylaw was to prevent children from being exploited and exposed to these sorts of things. So by relegating it to just St. Catherine, that's my understanding of why the bylaw exists.
So now the city has said, though, the plateau anyway, has said that they'll consider making a change. But did I get this right? It's going to take them a year and a half or two to make an amendment to a bylaw?
So I've been working closely with Christine Gosselin, who is a elected official in the plateau. She's been extremely supportive. She really likes the project. She thinks it's a great idea. And so we're trying to work together to make this happen as quickly as possible because, like you said, a year and a half or 2 years to amend the bylaw, it's kind of a long time for something that, is everybody can agree is no longer relevant. It's no longer necessary. And the project that I'm trying to bring is a bar. So it's a place for adults. Children aren't even allowed inside.
Right.
So the argument that I'm making is for a new type of drinking establishment where these machines are permitted, sort of akin to a billiard hall. You can have a pool hall that serves beer and has, pool tables, but if you replace that with pinball machines, it's a problem.
Is this about pinball machines plural, or could you have one if you wanted or two if you wanted?
You could have one or two, and it probably wouldn't get noticed, but that's not really the vision that I have for the place I want to create.
Yeah, by the way, tell everybody, you're like on a pro pinball circuit. I didn't even know these things exist, right?
Yeah, so there is a governing body called the IFPA, and they hold big tournaments, and they also have a ranking of players throughout the world. So there's over 30,000 players who are on this ranking list. And so I like to travel to the States and going to some of these bigger tournaments where you're playing against the best players in the world. And through my travels, I've sort of noticed that everywhere these arcades are popping up. And I thought to myself, I love Montreal, I love pinball, let's put them both together and let's do it here.
So if you can't do this in the plateau, though, Adam, is there a chance you would do it somewhere else?
It's going to happen in the plateau. I mean, I can't say all the details right now, but I'm working hard on this, and it's my dream, and I want to make this dream a reality, and I'm going to make this dream a reality.
I should say, too, because I was just looking at a video, you've taken a whole bunch. You also sort of refurbish pinball machines. You have some beautiful old pinball machines there that you've now managed to get working and stuff, right?
Yeah, so I've been collecting pinball machines for maybe the past 5 or 6 years, and buying them, fixing them up, working on them, playing them. It started as a hobby of mine and a way to de-stress, and it's sort of become more of a focus. And now I'm trying to figure out a way to bring it to Montreal, because I really feel it's something that the people here would love. And I know in Ottawa there's a barcade that's opened up recently, and I've met tons of Montrealers there who are going down to play. Also in Burlington, South Burlington, Vermont, just across the border, I've actually met several different groups of Montrealers who have driven to Vermont just to play pinball.
Wow.
So it's something that
pretty serious.
I know would go over extremely well here, and it's a long time coming. And I think it just needs somebody who's really passionate to take the reins and force the issue and make it happen. So that's my goal right now.
Well, I wish you good luck, and I hope you pull it off, and I somehow have a feeling you will. So good luck.
Great. And I want to say, if anybody's listening and would like some more information on the project, they can go to northstarpinball.com. And, there'll be news and updates there.
All right, northstarpinball.com. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
All right, don't go away. 6:16, remember this?
Always play clean, plays by intuition, the digit counters fall, that depth of a flying kid sure plays a mean pinball.
Hope it happens. I love those old games. I think for a guy to be spending his time fixing them up and, not letting them just disappear and turning into junk is a great, great initiative. I hope they let him do it. I know they will. 6:16, we'll come back with Dan Cook next.